Hello, my friends. Welcome to Series 1, Episode 2, How I Lost 100 Pounds in 8 Months. And I want to talk a little bit more about that. So, this is the second episode. If you missed the first episode, I'll put the link up here. You might want to watch that one first as I talk about the reasons why is the first step. So, make sure you check out that video first. Then watch this video. It'll make a lot more sense for you. This is part of a series I'm putting together to give back to people on how to lose weight and help them. At least I'm going to share my story on what worked for me. I'm by no means a medical expert. I'm just sharing what worked for me. And if this will help you on your journey, great. Hey, let's get into it. As seen in Newsweek magazine, introducing the star of your show from My Weight Loss Life, Greg. Hello, my friends. Welcome to My Weight Loss Life. Hope you're having a great day and everything's going your way. Got a great show for you today. This is episode 2 of this first series, How I Lost 100 Pounds in 8 Months. And today I want to talk a little bit about right thinking and the type of weight loss plan that worked for me. Now, I did touch base on that in the first episode just a little bit, but I want to talk about it a little bit more in depth, and also wanted to add the right thinking portion on. And I want to talk about right thinking a little bit. Anytime you're starting a weight loss plan, a lot of people you hear people call diet. It's a diet. Well, I'm here to tell you, do not look at it as a diet. This is a lifestyle change. You're changing your life. You're changing your way of eating. You are not going to go on a diet. Diets are temporary. This is the way of life, your way of eating. You will eat this way the rest of your life. It's not I'm going off diet plan. You're going to change the way that you eat, the way you think. And a part of it starts with right thinking. You got to look at things a little bit different, challenge your mind a little bit on the way you've looked at food in the past. And you have to look at this. This is a lifestyle change because it's going to be permanent. It's not going to be a temporary thing. To me, diets are temporary and pretty much worthless because if you go off the diet, guess what? Your chances are you're going to return to your old way of eating. You're going to gain all the weight back. And then that starts the yo-yoing and the ugliness that comes with that. So keep that in mind. Yeah, there'll be no going back to the old ways of eating. So that's why this is a lifestyle change, and just start using that terminology. This is a lifestyle change on your weight loss journey. This is not a diet. Will I use the term diet in these videos? Yes, because that's how people understand or look at them as diets. But that's not what it is. Okay. When I talk about a low carb diet, I talk about a carnivore diet. I talk about a keto diet or ketogenic diet. I talk about a ketovore diet. See, people refer to those as all diets, but realistically, it's a lifestyle and a way of eating. So keep that in mind. Now, what I want to talk about a little bit, think about some of the foods that you like. I think that's important when you're looking at a weight loss plan, the types of eating that you like. Now, I'm going to give you my recommendation. I'm not a doctor by any means, but I'm going to tell you what worked for me. I started off looking at myself as a low carb diet. Okay. With that being said, when I first started this, I was thinking, less than 50 grams of carbs a day. I considered that low carb. Okay. Well, quickly it turned to me to be more like 20 grams of carbs today, which I consider keto. It's a keto diet. Some people say that, under 50 grams of carbs a day is a ketogenic diet. That's fine. I'm not here to argue what's what. I'm just going off what I learned and what I feel is that way of eating. So to me, like a ketogenic diet is anything less than 25 grams of carbs a day. To me, a ketovore diet is like 10 grams of carbs or less a day, and a carnivore diet is pretty much 5 grams or less a day, almost zero. You also hear the term lion diet. That one's pretty much a zero carb diet as well. A little bit different than carnivore because I think they've cut out some eggs and cheese, that type of thing, dairy products. So that's kind of the difference there. And I've never done a lion diet. So I've done all the others, but I have not done a lion diet. So, and I jump back and forth between the two, but the bulk of my 100 pounds lost in 8 months was on a ketogenic diet, less than 20 grams of carbs a day, right around 1,400 calories a day. I would say I probably average 14 grams of carbs a day. And I'm talking full carbs, not net carbs. And sometimes people, when they first get on a weight loss plan, and I did it, I started off counting some net carbs, which you can maintain a weight loss counting net carbs. I'm not a big fan of net carbs because you see a lot of products out there in the community, in the grocery stores, they're advertising net carbs, but you start looking at the product, you start looking at the ingredients, and you'll find that the ingredients are not very healthy. So I guess that's why I went away from net carbs. If you stay under 20 grams of carbs per day and eat 1,400 calories per day, you're going to have success. Not saying you can't have success eating 50 carbs a day, because I know some people that did low carb diets, which were probably 80 carbs a day, and they lost a lot of weight. So keep that in mind, guys. This is just a guide and roadmap, as I've talked about, to help you lose weight. So what I recommend is start with a low carb diet. And what I mean is less than 50 grams of carbs a day. As you get into this more, you'll start to tighten that carb number down. And I found to be more efficient, you lose the most weight, is to be under 20 grams of carbs a day. That worked for me. Okay. Now I will say this, you can do the standard American diet if you want. I mean, I'll say this, about 12 to 14 years ago, I lost 80 pounds doing a standard American diet. I was only eating about 1,300 calories a day. And I was killing myself in the gym 4 times a week, working out. And I didn't keep it off. I kept it off just a short time, and I started gaining it because it was a diet. I went back to a regular way of eating, and pretty soon the weight went right up. So keep that in mind. But I found with eating the low carb keto type diet, I've been able to keep the weight off. Even if I haven't been perfect, I still been managing to keep that weight within 10 pounds of my original, my biggest weight loss. So I think that's a win because, weight when you're a big person can fluctuate quite a bit. So keep that in mind. But I recommend you start with a low carb diet, 50 grams or less, maybe advance to a ketogenic type diet, 25 grams of carbs or less. You can eventually go to carnivore. You could go carnivore right away, but I highly recommend you don't do that. I think it's important to see what your body does and kind of go through the process, work your way towards a carnivore diet. And if you want to do a carnivore diet and it works for your body, great. By all means, do that. And that's the one thing I will say on this channel is I encourage you to do what works for you, because what works for me may not work for you. And you have to keep that in mind. And I think that's important, when you're considering what kind of food plan you want to go on. Do what's going to work for you. Look at the foods. For me at the time, keto was carnivore, low carb, and keto made sense to me. I couldn't do a lot of exercise. I wanted to lose weight, and a lot of people were having success, and that's what I did. And guess what? It worked great for me. And I liked keto because I felt I could do the variety of food. I could have a taco salad if I wanted. I wasn't restricted so much. Now, after time, I realized how much lettuce it does affect me. So I try to stay away from lettuce now. And that's the thing when you do an elimination type diet, you can do away with some of that stuff and realize when you bring it back on, it may not agree with your stomach. Maybe it doesn't sit so well with you. So keep that in mind too. That's what's nice about elimination type diet. You can find out what works for your body and what doesn't. Obviously, sugar and flour for me is very toxic for my body. I have way more inflammation in my body. It causes me lots of arthritis pain. So I stay away from those. Needless to say, that helps you lose weight too, right? So that's a good thing. So that's your next step in this whole process, is figure out what type of weight loss plan you want to go on. And like I said, I recommend a low carb diet, but it's up to you what you want to try, whether it be keto right out of the chute, maybe you want to do carnivore, maybe you want to do lion diet. I don't recommend that, but that's one of those things. It's up to you. You got to do what works for you. And if you want to do a standard American diet and you're here and you just want to lose weight, hey, I have no problems with people trying to better themselves. And if that's what you want to do and it works for you, then why not? Like I said, I'm not a medical professional here. I'm just telling you what works for me. So keep that in mind. So just to review, week 1, we talked about find your reasons why, and there could be many reasons why you want to go on a weight loss plan. Step 2, right thinking. Make sure you have the right thinking going on. This is a lifestyle. This is not a diet. You're going to change your life, your way of eating. This is permanent. It's not a temporary fix. You're going to eat this way and change your life. Will you adjust your plan? Yeah, you can adjust your plan. Definitely. And that's something that we can talk about a little bit more going forward too. And obviously, picking the plan, what kind of weight loss plan are you going to go on? What kind of, what works best for your body? Are you able to exercise or not? You want to take that into consideration too, because there's some people here at home that maybe can't hardly get off the couch. Exercising may be very hard for them. I encourage you to exercise if you can. You can do chair exercises, different things. I could hardly move my body. I struggled that much, and I lost the weight without exercise. I lost at least 80 pounds of it without exercise. So keep that in mind, friends. You can lose weight doing the proper human diet, and but exercise will help you. It will probably speed along the process. Let alone you'll gain more function, mobility, and strength. So keep that in mind, friends. But that's what I wanted to talk about today. That is step 2/step 3, right thinking, and make sure you pick a plan. What type of plan you do, what's going to work for you. And figure that out, and you can adjust the plan as you go. Nothing's set in stone. You can adjust it, find what works for you. In many cases, I went back and forth between carnivore and keto and ketovore. A lot of times I kept my body guessing. That helped the scale go down for me. So keep that in mind. Don't just say, hey, I'm doing carnivore and that's it. That's what it's going to be the rest of my life. It may not be. And I don't think you should say that, hey, that's what I'm going to do, or I'm going to do that the rest of my life. It may not be, because your body changes. It reacts differently to food. Maybe you'll find that, hey, you enjoy salad. Guess what? I can eat that. It doesn't bother my tummy. That's more of a keto type meal, low carb type meal. So keep that in mind. But that's what I have for you today, my friends. I hope that helps you. We'll do step 4 coming up. And like I said, I hope you're enjoying this series. Make sure you tune in for some more, and I will help you lose some weight, or at least get you going on your plan to help you be successful. So, hey, I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. If you like the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. Also, give me a big thumbs up. It is greatly appreciated. Want to remind you, I have links below to my different things I got going on Instagram. I have some products listed on Amazon. I have all kinds of different things going on. I have a t-shirt shop. If you want to try that, check that out. I appreciate you. Thank you, friends. Take care. God bless. Bye.